Hi everyone, happy Monday. It's your girl Shantae. This is the Earthly and Ethereal channel, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I definitely wanted to come and just tap in with you guys. I know it's been a minute since I've done like a actual video, and that's because your girl has been busy. I've been a busy bee. But I wanted to come and just chop it up with y'all real quick, especially because this is a conversation that I've literally been meaning to have with y'all for about 2 months now, and I'm like, wait a minute, I forgot to make that video. So we're in Venus and Taurus energy. Jupiter is moving into Cancer, so a lot of feminine energy prominent right now. Just sweet feminine energy abundantly available, let's just say that. And I just wanted to know, so one of the things that I've been a little slightly obsessed with, y'all, is examining my own body, but just learning in general about indicators of like prominent divine feminine energy on the body, because I find that the body is something that we tend to neglect when it comes to spirituality, but there's so many indicators and clues about our purpose, our mission, that is literally physically on our body. And it's always nice to have that reinforcement, that support that you can see tangibly when you're used to just going off of like your intuition, your inner knowing, which is very important. But again, having the, solid tangible thing is also a very nice indicator as well. And so let me ask you guys this, okay? Have you ever seen, or do you even yourself have, right? Well, let me ask you ladies this. Have you ever seen, or do you yourself have, okay, those cute, just so cute dimples right at your lower back? If you've seen it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you have it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And did you know that those dimples have an actual name? They are called they have several names, mostly known as Venus dimples. And the name is spot on for exactly what it indicates that it is. So in practical terms, these dimples are basically two symmetrical indentations that appear where the pelvis meets the spine, right? Where the pelvis bone meets the spine. Anatomically speaking, they rest over, and y'all forgive me if I say this word wrong, the sacroiliac joints, which is a key point in both physical stability and spiritual symbolism. Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. So these Venus dimples, right, they have a very strong sacred feminine symbolism tied to them, right? Because they're seen as like a natural embodiment of the divine feminine energy, and they lie directly above the sacral chakra, which is very important, right? Because the sacral chakra, it is that energetic point where we are dealing with things like sensuality, creativity, fertility, our overall emotional flow throughout our body and throughout the other energy pathways, right? And these dimples, these Venus dimples, they're like a natural stamp of sacred femininity. But remember, they reside in that spot right there on our lower backs that is tied to that physical realm and that spiritual realm because it's the sacrum, right? That sacrum, which is a spiritual gateway, y'all. It's the seat of the soul. It's the portal to Kundalini energy. It's the portal to womb wisdom and sexual alchemy, and a place where we can create, manifest, and just an overall energetic whirlpool. And the Venus dimples at this locations are just believed to mark a strong energetic flow and an openness to sacred central energy. Okay. I think this is all really important because if you happen to have those indentations at that spot, marking your lower back, that, what do they call it? Sacrum section, that portal between the physical and the spiritual. I would think that you especially want to be very mindful of how you treat that energetic space. Because it's an indicator of how powerful of a portal you are. It's an indicator of how powerful of a portal you are. So I don't want to get too graphic, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying, right? So I just think that it's so amazing how we can have physical indicators of who we are on a energetic spiritual level. And some people may be like, well, that's just a birth mark or a birth indicator. And what I will say is that as a person who has studied the practices, the understandings of many different spiritual systems, there is no such thing as a coincidence. There is no such thing as, oh, that's just. Every single morsel of your being is an indicator, is a clue, is a part of your overall mapping, right? Indicating who you are. I think one of the most interesting things is that on this planet, there are so many beings who feel lost or disconnected or not sure who they are, what they came to do, what their intention is. That's why I always tell people, I personally think one of the best things that you could ever learn for yourself and teach your children is just a little bit of astrology, just a little bit, just a little bit of your sun, your moon, your rising, your Venus, just a little bit, maybe a little bit of those aspects that are really strong, just because it really gives you an indicator of who you are. But there's also physical indicators on our body it's always beautiful when the different spiritual systems, when they all are saying the same thing, when they're all saying, when cardology is saying the same thing, when the act of reading the palm is saying the same thing, the astrology, when they're all just pointing to the same direction, and you can't, it's irrefutable, right? I think that's the word. It's irrefutable. And I just think that sometimes we all need a little extra support and a little extra understanding and understanding. And that's why the tools are here. And if we don't want to rely on the tools, just look at your own body. Just look at your own body and do a little research or a little raw search. All right, y'all, let me go. I hope you guys are well. This was just a little cute conversation I wanted to have with y'all about these little Venus dimples. But just also a reminder that there are clues everywhere, if we're just willing to see them. All right, you guys be well. Divine wellness to you always. All right, peace, y'all.